Hello and welcome to Big Dash Knows. Big Dash knows what? New York Giants football. Let's go. You see the thumbnail. I'm not going to waste any of your time. Now you want J.J. McCarthy. Now you want J.J. McCarthy. I'm not just talking to the Giants. I'm talking about a lot of fans. Last year, they didn't want J.J. McCarthy. Oh, you can't take J.J. McCarthy. I put out videos talking about J.J. McCarthy, talking about Michael Penix, talking about all these quarterbacks. And at the time, nobody wanted J.J. McCarthy. Oh, he doesn't have enough experience. He's young. You know, that team ran the ball a lot. Jim Harbaugh doesn't have quite the tools. He needs more time. Now you want J.J. McCarthy. J.J. McCarthy got drafted by the Minnesota Vikings. Got injured in preseason and did not play the whole season. So unlike Michael Penix, Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, Drake May, Caleb Williams, he was the only quarterback drafted in that first round that you really didn't get a chance to play outside of one preseason game. And out of that, because Sam Darnold's having such a good season with the Minnesota Vikings, it's pretty obvious that Sam Darnold's not going anywhere. The Minnesota Vikings will be fools if they let Sam Darnold walk away. Not only that, J.J. McCarthy is one of the youngest quarterbacks to come out. I believe he was 20 years old when he got drafted. The perfect situation. Now, I understand in this new day and age, you want to throw those quarterbacks right out there. I understand that. Trust me, I do. But you have a perfect situation where you didn't know what you were going to get with Sam Darnold. He comes in and actually a lot of people believe that J.J. McCarthy was going to start. He got injured and they had to go with Sam Darnold. I remember early on myself thinking about week one, that game against the Minnesota Vikings and saying, you know what, that's Sam Darnold. We're not losing to Sam Darnold. And what happened? Sam Darnold came in there and whooped us. The defense whooped us, but Sam Darnold whooped us. And guess what? Week after week after week, we realized it wasn't a fluke. That same Sam Darnold that we were laughing at, that same Sam Darnold that we were laughing at going into the season is actually playing way better than everybody expected. I don't know if he's playing better than Kevin O'Connell expected, but he is for sure playing better than a lot of or almost everybody else outside of the Minnesota Vikings expected him to play. I remember some Minnesota Vikings fans sitting here when J.J. McCarthy got hurt like, it's over. But no. Sam Darnold came in there, got the team cooking. Minnesota is still fighting for the number one seed in the not just the division, in the conference. So yes, J.J. McCarthy could be up for grabs. He could be on the trading block, but to me, it still does not make sense for them to have this perfect situation. Now, here's the thing. We don't know what Sam Darnold is going to get. We don't know what he's going to get as far as next season, what they're going to offer him. He is up for a contract. Some people are saying he can get $50 million, $40 million, $60 million. I don't know where it's going to land. But the whole point is, does he get the Baker Mayfield deal? Where there's a 2-year deal or not quite sold on you, but we're going to give you enough money to make you happy and let you play here. Or are they going to let Sam Darnold walk and just go ahead on faith with J.J. McCarthy? For me, that does not make any sense because of how young J.J. McCarthy is. So what are we going to do? What are the Minnesota Vikings going to do? Are they going to listen to phone calls? Absolutely, they're going to listen to phone calls because somebody might be dumb enough to give them an outrageous amount of draft capital for their quarterback. And I'm looking at the New York Giants like this. You're already in the position right now where you're picking fourth. Depending on what happens this week, you can either move up, you can either move back, or you can stay in the same spot. Hopefully we get a chance to move up so we can get our pick of the litter when it comes to the quarterback. But it's a lot of things that have to fall into place for that to happen. But if we're in that situation where Cam Ward is off the board, Shedeur Sanders is off the board, and you're sitting there at 4, you're not going to give that you're not going to get the number 4 pick to the Minnesota Vikings for J.J. McCarthy. That would just be ridiculous and dumb. Yeah, I don't even want to think about that. But do you possibly give them a second round pick? Do you possibly, dig in the stash and give them something in order to get J.J. McCarthy, because you've already missed out on a few quarterbacks, or your top 2 quarterbacks, or the top 2 quarterbacks? Not necessarily your top 2, but maybe the top 2. And now the other elephant in the room right now is that outside of Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders, Jalen Milroe finally declared for the NFL. Jackson Dart coming off a fantastic bowl game, and now he's the apple of everybody's eye right now. Do you take a reach and try to draft Jackson Dart? Do you trade back? All of these scenarios are crazy to me, but they're also realistic in a sense. But the purpose of this video was to ask Giants fans, because again, I got a lot of pushback last year when I was talking about J.J. McCarthy and being comfortable enough to take J.J. McCarthy at 6. And a lot of people laughed at the idea. Fast forward almost a year later, we're sitting in a situation where we're in QB purgatory. Will the New York Giants reach or try to trade or give up some capital for J.J. McCarthy? To me, it does not make any sense. People didn't like it last year, but all of a sudden people like it now. And I'm still confused about that. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But that's just a quick video, just my thoughts on this whole J.J. McCarthy, possibly, the New York Giants possibly trading for J.J. McCarthy. And for me, I don't like the idea. Now, if you tell me we can get him for a 3rd round pick, then we're cooking. Then we're possibly cooking. Then I can sit back and think about what I can do with the 1st and 2nd round, but still get my quarterback with a 3rd round pick. But I doubt Minnesota Vikings accept any kind of offer like that. Hopefully they're not asking for one. They're probably hoping for one. I don't think anybody's going to give them that. I don't think anybody's desperate enough. But there are a lot of quarterback needy teams in this draft that are sitting outside of the top 5 wondering where they're going to get their next quarterback from. And of course, we will see this thing play out. But with that being said, I want to thank everybody for vibing with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And from one Giants fan to another, this is Big Dash Knows, Big Blue Nation. Let's go.